Everyone, in series of learning design and analysis of algorithms, this concept is job sequencing with deadlines, and this we are going to find the solution using greedy method. Okay, job sequencing with deadlines using greedy method is the topic name. Now let's see. So we will be given with some set of jobs. We will be given with some set of jobs. Associated with job I is an integer. Deadline di greater than or equal to 0 and a profit pi greater 0. So from these lines we will understand something that we will be given with jobs, something like J1 comma J2 are the jobs, and we will be given with the profit which are pi greater than 0. If my I is equal to 2, I will have two profits, right? Corresponding profits. Something like if I perform job 1, I'll get 10 rupee as profit. If I perform job 2, I'll get some 15 as the profit. So what does it mean? That if I'm performing job 1, I will be going to get this profit, and this task has to be completed in some deadline. Let us assume that deadline is 1 and this deadline is also 1, right? So what does it mean? We are given with some jobs and we are given with some deadlines and we are given with some profit. So job sequencing with deadlines means you have to execute the task within the deadline. So as far as it is greedy method means maximization problem. So the solution of this problem is what? Maximum profit. The job which will give you the maximum profit, that is the solution. Fine. So J1, J2 both takes one cycle of time to complete. So I have only one cycle, right? If you see these two numbers, you have only one. That means what? You have only one cycle. So you can complete either J1 or J2. So what job I can perform? I'll perform J2 job. Why? Because more profit, right? So this is what the basic idea of job sequencing with deadlines. Now let's understand this. For any job I, the profit PI is earned if and only if the job is completed by its deadline. To complete a job, one has to process the job on a machine for 1 unit of time, and this is what very much important. And no matter how many jobs you have, we will use only one machine to execute the jobs. That's what every job has to wait for that turn to be performed. And so only one machine is available for processing jobs. A feasible solution for this problem is a subset J of jobs such that each job in this subset can be completed by its deadline. And that's what we told here. So we do have two jobs and we will be going to complete these two jobs in the deadline. Now, so the formula is what? Sum of I belongs to J Pi, right? Now, the optimum solution is what? The maximum value is the optimum solution. Now, let's see the example. Now, let's see the example. Now, I have 4 jobs to be performed, n equal to 4. The profits of each job is 100, 10, 15, 27. That means J1, J2, J3, J4. Now let us suppose I have one machine. Let us assume that this is what? A Xerox shop. For the example purpose I am telling you this. This is not from the textbook, only to understand what is job sequencing. So let us assume that it is a Xerox shop. In Xerox shop, by the time he opened the shop, there are 4 persons who are standing before him for their work to be done. Fine. So now all the 4 persons want their work to be done for this time deadline and for these profits. Now, so what the Xerox machine operator will do? He'll pick the job which will give the more profit, right? So now these are the people who are having the deadline to wait. Let us suppose that J1 can wait for 2 minutes. It's not the time to complete the task, but it is the time to finish the task in the deadline. There is a lot difference. Job 1 can complete within the deadline of 2. Let's suppose 2 hours, right? So J1 task, he'll wait for 2 hours. J2 task, he'll wait for 1 hour. J3, he'll wait for 2 hours. J4, he'll wait for 1 hour to perform their work to be done in the machine, right? But Xerox machine operator is having only 2 cycles. Out of this, what he understands is there are the time cycle 0 to 1, 1 to 2. Now he can do the task 0 to 1 is one job, 1 to 2 is the another job. Because if the shop is opened also, these people can't wait as far as inputs are given. Their deadline is all the jobs has to be completed within 2 hours. So respective jobs will wait for this time. What he will do is, first of all, he'll pick the more profit job from the set. So which is the more profit job? 100, that is of J1. So J1, he can wait for 2 hours. Fine. So we will be executing this task first of all, and this is of J1 task. Okay. So I told you just before, to not the sense that the whole time from 0 to 2. No, it is not the sense. The sense is 2 is the deadline, but each task can take only one cycle of time to finish. Fine. So J1 need one cycle to finish, J2 need one cycle, J3 need one cycle, J4 also need one cycle. But J1 can wait for 2 hours to complete his task. J2 will wait for only one hour to complete the task. But as far as J2 is waiting for only 1 hour, you can take J2 task can be done, right? You can take J2 task to fulfill. But if you take J2 task, you will get only 10 rupees. So if all the tasks are only for one cycle, why we'll choose 10 rupees task? We'll choose more task, right? Correct? ఇక్కడ నలుగురు వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నారు, నలుగురు ఇంత ప్రాఫిట్ మనకి ఇస్తారు. నలుగురిలో ఇద్దరు 1 అవరే వెయిట్ చేస్తారు, ఇంకా ఇద్దరు 2 అవర్స్ వెయిట్ చేస్తారు. మనం ఏం చేస్తాము, ఇంతమందిలో ఎవరైతే ఎక్కువ ప్రాఫిట్ ఇస్తారో వాళ్ళ పని మనం ముందుగా చేస్తాం. సో J1 మనకి 100 రూపీస్ ఇస్తాడు, కానీ వాడు 2 అవర్స్ వెయిట్ చేయగలుగుతాడు. మనం ఏం చేస్తాం, J1ని తీసుకెళ్ళి 1 to 2 సైకిల్లో పడేస్తాం. ఓకే, ఈ సైకిల్లో కంప్లీట్ చేస్తాం. ఎందుకని, ఎలాగో వాడు 2 అవర్స్ వెయిట్ చేస్తాడు కాబట్టి 1 to 2లో వేస్తాం. ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ J2 చూడండి. J2 నుంచి J3, J4 కంపేర్ చేస్తే ఈ దీస్ ఆర్ 3 టాస్క్ are available, and again we'll check the more profit. So now which is having more profit? J4. So J4 takes only one cycle. He can't wait for 2 hours. He'll wait for only single hour. So we'll finish this task here. So that's of J4. Fine. So as of J4 can wait for single hour, we'll finish his task. As J1 can wait for 2 hours, we'll finish this task. And J2, J3 are discarded from the job sequence. Fine. So now what is the solution? J4 and J1 is the solution. Yes, and this is the way how we have to do it. Now let's see. And one more, the very important point of this concept is, as soon as you receive the profits, you arrange all the profits in this manner, that descending manner. Greatest profit item you please write for the first time. From first. That means you can look at here. P1 100. So the next profit job is J4, right? So I wrote P4 profit over here. So I have arranged these elements in such a way of ascending. So 100 is of J1, 27 is profit of J4, 15 is profit of J3, 10 rupees is profit of J2. So I have to, this is what the first step. The very first step is we have to arrange the profits in descending order to pick easily. And the very second thing is you have to calculate the total deadlines of your problem. The total deadlines are what? This. The maximum deadline slot is 2, right, like this. So 0 is the first slot, 1. So 1 means what? 0 to 1. So 0 to 1. 2 means what? 0 to 1 and 1 to 2. So that means maximum 2 jobs will get executed. Fine. So this is what the base idea of job sequencing. Now let's see the algorithm. So algorithm is what? So I'm writing algorithm for greedy job for n jobs. P1 to n means what? That profits of each job, that P1, P2, P3. If I have n equal to 4, next P1, P2, P3, P4 are my profits. D is what? D1, D2, D3, D4. Now look at this. This is very important condition. P of I greater than or equal to P of I plus 1. And that's what we did here. So we'll check P of I whether it is greater from P of I plus 1. Whether it is greater from P of I plus 1, whether it is greater from P of I plus 1. So always P of I should be greater from the next element. We'll arrange the elements in such a way, right? P of I should be greater from the P of I plus 1. So now, profit equal to 0, initially count equal to 0, D max equal to 0. So this D max means the maximum deadlines, right? Now let's see. Maximum profit, D max is maximum profit. So for I is equal to 1 to 2, as far as the above example is concerned, our n is equal to 4. Let's suppose I value has started with 1 and it will go up to 4. So D of I means what? Deadline of I. What is deadline of I? D of I, D of 1. Deadline of 1 is what? So we taken, right? 2. Deadline of 1 is 2. Now, D maximum is what? We were taken 0. D of 1 is what? 2. 2 is greater than 0? Yes, it is greater than 0. So, D max is equal to D of I. That means D of I is 2. 2 will be stored in D max. So, this D max means what? It is the maximum deadline. So, there is a task which can execute in this 2 deadline. So what we'll do is, for I is equal to 1 to D max. This is also very important. For I is equal to 1 to D max. I is what? 1. D max means what? 2 from the below procedure. So 1 to 2 do. Slot of I is equal to minus 1. That is, slot of 1 is minus 1. Slot of 2 is also minus 1. So initially there is no slot we assigned. It is initially minus 1. Now for I is equal to 1 to n2. That is, now I am going to allot the correct slot according to their maximum profit. Now for I is equal to 1 to n2 means, for I is equal to 1, then what is the slot? I is equal to 2, what is the slot? 3 slot, 4 slot will be going to do. Now R is a new variable. R is equal to D of I. What is D of I? Just now we got, right? D of I is what? D of I is 2. That is given to D max. So D of I is 2. So that is given into R variable. Now R is actually what? I need not to give slot for all i's. ఇప్పుడు I value 1 to n అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? J1, J2, J3, J4. అన్ని జాబ్స్కి మనం స్లాట్స్ ఇవ్వము. ఏ జాబ్స్కి స్లాట్స్ ఇస్తామంటే, మన డి ఆఫ్ ఐ ఉంది. ఇందాక డి ఆఫ్ ఐ అంటే అర్థం ఏమనుకున్నాం మనం? మ్యాక్సిమం డెడ్ లైన్. సో మ్యాక్సిమం డెడ్ లైన్ ఎంత? 2. సో ఎన్ని జాబ్స్కి మాత్రమే మనం ఛాన్స్ ఇస్తాం? 2 జాబ్స్కి. కాబట్టి కండిషన్ ఆర్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు డి ఆఫ్ ఐ. సో డి ఆఫ్ ఐ మీన్స్ ఆర్. ఆర్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 2. విల్ ఎంటర్ ఇన్సైడ్. Slot of R slot of 2 double equal to minus 1 means what? So slot of 2 is empty. Slot of 2 is empty. So when it is empty, we'll assign one job to be done in this particular slot. Slot of R is equal to I. What is I value? I value is 2. So I value is 1. We started the loop from 1. So slot of r, that is of slot of 2, is equal to 1. So for the first job we assign slot of 2. First job is what? J1 with the profit of 100 with the deadline of 2. So I means what? I is equal to 1. Index 1 is what? J1. This job will get complete in the slot of 2. Now profit plus equal to P of I means profit is equal to profit plus P of I. Profit is what? Initially profit we were taken 0, right? 0 plus P of I is what? 100. So profit means 100. Now count plus plus. What this count means? Because your count should not go beyond of your D maximum. D maximum is what? 2. So you have to repeat this slot allocation for only 2. So profit equal to profit we are calculating count plus plus. So count plus plus. Now again we will be going for break. So that is, once you allotted this, you need not to repeat this for all the R values. We will be, once slots are done, we will be breaking it and will be coming down. If count double equal to D max. Now count is what from this? If I have allotted for 2, count should be equal to D max. When these are equals or when these are true, then we will be coming out of the loop. And this is what the way how we will be executing the program of job sequencing with deadlines. As far as the examination is concerned of universities, you are supposed to write this block of algorithm. So this algorithm you have to supposed to mention in the exam paper. It is too simple. First of all, we'll check which profit is more. Then we will be assigning the slots into -1. Then we'll repeat the condition to execute the job sequences. Okay. Now, so this is about job sequencing with deadlines, description and the algorithm. So next video I am going to explain you about how job sequencing problem will get solved. Fine. Thank you all.